Throughout the years, many have wanted Lego My Little Pony. For me, it started with this video I saw by the YouTuber named Pinky303, where in the video explained how Hasbro refused to make Lego idea sets of their brand, My Little Pony, because they had their own building block toy. And because of the My Little Pony art style, it is very hard to integrate into Lego, without molded heads, of course. But now, years later, Hasbro greenlit 2 Transformers sets. So it's safe to say just maybe My Little Pony sets can be made. Oh, and these new horse theme sets that have been popping up, like the Creator set or the Chinese New Year's, or actually this year, which is Year of the Horse, it does show me that it is possible to make Lego My Little Pony. Firstly, I want to say that this video was actually supposed to be just the tutorial and that's it. But to be honest, it was a little boring because, I mean, come on man, it's just a tutorial with no context added. That just feels weird to me. As I said, that video sparked my interest. Yes, thank you Pinky303 for making me dedicate my life to this, I wouldn't say journey, but, you know, dedicating my life to weeks and months and days to make brick-built ponies that aren't ugly. I'm looking at you, bootleg toys. So here's what I came up with. It's, you know, pretty great. I cannot see what you guys are seeing, so, you know. Now obviously it has no detail because it's the base pony, but I'm pretty proud of how it came. What even counts as a minifigure to me? And to Lego? Well, firstly, the figure needs all articulation of a minifigure. Fully swivelable head, arms and legs that move back and forth. You get the gist. And for this demonstration, hooves, which are supposed to be the hands, kind of go 160 degrees. So, whoa, actually 360 degrees. Whew. Secondly, detachable parts for, mix and match. And to be honest, my ponies kind of are for that. But to be honest, I feel like they're all built specifically for them and them only. But you can mix and match. There actually consists 3 parts. The head, the back body, aka the flank or whatever equestrian term is used. And lastly, the torso, aka the body. Thirdly, all mix and matchable and fully customizable to your liking. Yes, you can make your own OC, and no, it's not the, mix and match. I'm talking fully customizable to your liking. Like, here's a example of mine, which is Zenith, so it's my OC. Second in command, he's a pirate, blah, blah, blah. He's actually very easy to make because, he's black, blue, and red, which are very common colors I have, but mainly the reason I made him is that he's such a good example of what is possible with this thing. And yeah. Lastly, and the most important rule, which actually came out way, last in the production, but compatibility with plates and base plates. This came really final in the final product. I just couldn't find a way of doing it. Originally, it was going to be flat hooves, but then I realized it wouldn't work. I mean, you could add a plate stud pin or whatever, that one piece, I don't know what that thing is. But yeah, you could detach the flat thing and put that in it. But then I realized, wait a minute, there would be a lot of holes inside the sets if they were actually made. So I decided not to do it. I instead, made this way easier thing. I don't know how I didn't think of this first, but I guess I didn't. Originally, this was a whole different concept. They were actually they were kind of built like mixels. It was very weird. With all that being said, it's time to finally get into the actual tutorial. Alright, we got my little base pony. And okay, yeah. We're gonna first, actually, I'm gonna explain my thought process first. I made it specifically so these right here are modular. This actually can get replaced with another version of this, except you don't have like the, you know, where the tail goes, so it's just a normal average. So for me, I use this because it kind of gives it a slanted, kind of like downwards a little, and that's kind of why I actually kind of prefer this for the front legs. But you don't have to use it. And honestly, if you feel like that red thing is annoying, you can change it to gray, but I don't have that, so it kind of bugs me a little sometimes. And yeah, more is this actually, I don't think I explained it very well, but this can actually get replaced with googly eyes if you want. I do have one here. Let me go check. That does use it. This ghostly character, he actually uses it. He's for a future project, but yeah. These are also meant to be more stickered. So like Zenith is gonna like, okay, well, something with his horn. He will actually have, what the, oh yeah. Another thing I have to explain, depending on your clutch power with this piece, be wary, the heads will pop off a lot. Not often, like rarely loose, it's just slightly annoying when you're putting in your pocket or something. It's mostly like that. It's quite fun though. You could just boop, boop. And yeah. But depending on your clutch power, sometimes these things can like be hella tight. It's literally just a lottery at this point. Yeah, about the whole stickers things, like this right here is supposed to be where your cutie marks go. This is just chest, like you can put whatever sticker you want. This is for the face, and these are for the eyes. And yeah, now let's get to the actual tutorial. These are the parts that you will need for the back legs, or the flank, or whatever equestrian term is used. Personally, I like when the pile is near me, but first you're gonna start with this, right? You're gonna put this, and this will be for the connection to the tail, which actually we can add right now. This this will go onto the actual body, while this will be the tail, due to the fact that if you put this, sometimes the thing can be a little loose. It's up to your testing, but that's how I do it. The reason why is because it restricts articulation, so that's why I do it. I didn't explain it very well. So you're also gonna put this thing here. You don't need to use this, but it's a very good basis of what you want to do with your tails, so that's why I do it. You will now need 2 clips. These 2 clips are for the back legs, which the back legs are built differently than your normal legs, which are these holes, or you know, circle studs. These are actually squared, so that's how they're built. Then you're gonna use 2 of these. Now, the reason why mine are hold is due to the fact that I don't actually have the non-hold, but I recommend using non-hold. So yeah, you're gonna actually see it a lot for the base pony. I used a lot of holds because I have more of those than non-holds. That was weird to say, but you get what I mean. Then you're gonna grab 2 of these circle things. I genuinely do not know what pieces are called, but you're just gonna use these. Then you're gonna grab 2 of these, and you're gonna make these for this. And also, if you do not like how this looks, you can add a plate or whatever to make it kind of have that slant bent that the horses or that My Little Pony has, just to make it look better. Now you're gonna grab these 2 things, and you're gonna put them like this, and boom, you got yourself some sweet legs. And now you're gonna grab a plate for the last thing. You're just gonna put this here. Now, This can actually get replaced by anything that you want to be the basis for your tail. The reason I use these is because you can actually put a minifigure on there, but I do have an example of not using it. It's Gusty Grand's tail. He actually uses a flat tile, so whatever detail you want to add there, you can gladly do so. Yeah, and that's your back legs. All done. These are all the pieces you're gonna need for the body. Now, this one actually has a lot of optional parts, like this can easily be replaced with another square. I use these because it makes the back legs like a little more loose, and it also kind of looks like the holes of like a torso. These, obviously, I said that you can just change them, interchange them with this, except you just put two of a plate. So yeah, and another replaceable, these are obviously you can just change them to flat holes, but the reason why I use holes is due to the fact that I have a lot of them. So yeah, let's get to it. So how I start this one is I grab, obviously, the plate, and then I grab another plate, or, well, I think this is a bow. So you grab a bow, you put the plate on, and boom, you got yourself the sticker section. And then I actually start with this because this is where like the head is gonna go. So you can easily go like that. And for this, if you are gonna use this, obviously, just put that. You put the red or gray tile in there. And then you just put this in here. And boom, you got the front. And then you grab this and squared piece, and then you put these two. If you're gonna use normal plates, you just put these two here, and boom, you got that. And another option to make fillies, you actually want to remove this and make it one brick shorter, and then make the thing shorter. I will show you that at the end. And to also like make taller, and you know, I'll show that at the end. Now for the legs. So for the legs, you want to grab these two, and we're actually gonna put it separate this time because it was a little hard, finicky. So you want to make one of this. You want to make two of these, by the way. So you want to grab this, put these things here. You want to make this type of build, you know, put a circle thing and that. The reason why I grab squared is due to the fact that it just makes the legs more bulkier. It looks a little weird if you're just going to use a circle, but that is another option you have. You just put another circle. And there's your first leg. And you just put it right there, and boom, you got your first leg. Now for the second one, you want to grab this, you want to put your circle, you want to put another squared, and then you want to grab this piece, you want to put your special plate there, and then boom, you got your second leg. And oh wait, I put this backwards, whoops, my bad. Boom, now you got yourself a body. And if you have the, bottom, you can just attach it there, and now you got yourself a body. A full body this time. And yeah, easy, modular, take it apart, boom. And you're all done. Now for the head. These are the pieces you're gonna need for the head. And we're actually almost done, so. This one actually has the most options because I'm actually going to show you some techniques I use for the head, because this is actually the most experimental part. You see, like, this has a flat. You don't need to use these. You can just use a flat to add extra hair. You can actually remove the black dots that, represent the ears, like maybe the ears coming out of the hair. That's what I do. You can actually make a unicorn horn using one of these robot clip pieces. And you can actually change the colors, interchange the colors. Like if you want this part to be the hair color, if you want it to be the skin color or the coat color, if you want this to be the hair color, it's all up to you. You can also do these shoe things, which I forgot to mention. It's a lot you can do. It's just up to your experiments or whatever. Again, this is up to your creativity and whatever you want to do. So let's actually get onto it. So first you want to start with this piece, which is like the whole basis of your thing. Oh, this is all together. If you want to use plates because you ran out of like actual like bricks, but you can also use bricks, but if you ran out like I did, just use, you know, these or just average plates, but you don't need to use it obviously, and honestly I actually recommend not to. So boom, you got put the roof tile cheese slope here. Then you want to put normal face thing. You want to put one of these brackets here. Then you want to grab a piece. I use normal skin tone because I ran out of this part. You just put it there for the back hair, and then you want to grab one of these. But if you're making the base pony like 1-to-1, you don't need to use this. You can add your own hair, but this is kind of my template hair, kind of. Not really template, but my placeholder, if you want to say. Then you want to put two brackets, I think they're called. I'm not sure if they're brackets, but you can just put them there. Then you want to grab a normal plate, and boom, you got yourself a face. And then you want to grab these for the cheeks, I guess we can call them cheeks. You want to put those there. And then for these, because they also kind of represent the hair, these parts kind of, this and this kind of represent the hair, so I use circle tiles to, you know, represent that they are the hair parts, technically. And you want to put black tiles here if you want to use black tiles. Again, you don't have to use holes, you can just use normal, but I want to spare all my black holes, so, you know. Then you want to put these two bowels things, and you just want to put these for the ears. And again, you don't need to, this actually is an option that is considered. You can actually use the tooth pieces, the 1x1 tooth pieces, to also represent the ears, but I prefer this because it just looks nicer. And then for the last final touch, technically the second to final, you gotta also add the neck, and boom, you got a neck. You can also make it double for, like, I don't know, a scarf or something. It's all up to you. And boom, now you got yourself a base pony. The base pony. You can obviously experiment as much as you want. This is yours now. All you want, all your desires onto one pony. Boom. There you go. Your pony. Here's a couple things I wanted to show that are not physical, but yes, it is possible to make a main 6. I actually finished Pinkie Pie not too long ago. It still actually uses the flat technique, so if you really want to use the flat technique, there it is. It's possible. I actually, you know, you can put your own little things there. It's a good technique, but honestly, I prefer those ones over it. But yeah, it is possible. Like, this is a really great Pinkie Pie I made. It's actually quite nice. But the reason why I wanted to, you know, go on here is because I actually wanted to show you, here they are. The size differences that you can make. This is the tall version, which adds an extra, and also adds an extra thing, or adds an extra brick, and it also adds an extra, you know, thing, so it makes it more taller. It's kind of for, like, alicorns and Starswirl the Bearded, those type of characters. Here's a short one, which is used for Salmon, my OC. So if you want a short pony, all you do is literally just remove the square and just, you know, have it like that. That's actually all you do. And this one, which is the filly, you actually remove all 2 of the things. So you just literally have this and that's everything you got. And you also remove one of the thing, so it makes the body much stubbier. And yeah, that's how you do a filly. And boom, that's your size differences. They're actually, what, 1 millimeter, like 2 to 1 millimeter shorter. It's not a drastic difference, but it does, sell the point that this is a filly and this is a freaking old guy or an alicorn, whatever. I also didn't show that you can make backpacks. I did it for Zenith. And I also didn't show that you can make wings, because I don't actually have any wings finished right now. I'm currently doing Gusty, which is my main guy. Here it is. This is Gusty. There's the wings. You just put one of these clips again, and then you put these kind of slanted bricks for the wings. Or you can use the molded wings if you want. But I don't have any of those, so yeah. There you go. All done. Oh, and also there's a mixture of both if you really want. Just a mixture of both. It's very fun. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. That's everything at the last. So let's go into the epilogue, or whatever I'll call the ending. Oh, alright. That was the tutorial. It was certainly something. It's actually my very first tutorial, and this is also my very first commentary type thing with the PNG tubers or whatever. I have posted a couple of stuff on my YouTube. Usually it's just me testing the analog horror thing, because I wanted to make this horror G5 AU grimdark about Izzy Moonbow, because not many grimdarks about, the G5, so, that it was about her, like, being imperfect, so she tried to make the perfect friend by harvesting her friend's body parts and turning them into dolls, and then stitching the stolen parts onto her. It's certainly something. Yeah, I know, it's very strange. I don't know what I was thinking, but, it does remind me of, Cupcakes or Smile HD, if you remember that. But I have also 2 other AUs, currently one, which is a bug slideshow on TikTok, if you want to watch it. It's called Bug Punk. It's about, Equestria turning into a jungle. It's kind of this, like, game-ish aesthetic from, like, Doom or whatever. It's cool. It's, like, very, Carboniferous period, if you know what that means. It's a bunch of bugs from that time or timeline. So, yeah, it's very cool. And I also have another AU, which is literally just my passion project. It's Sky Pirates, Steampunk, Industrial Revolution, and Zenith is actually the pony from that world. Even Gussie and Salmon, which I've actually said before, they are part of the pirate crew, the main pirate crew, the main characters. They have their own arcs. There's a bunch of seasons that I wrote down. Everything's written down. It's an episodic thing, but it does have serialization in it. So don't forget that. And with that all being said, I'm Gusty Grand, and you've been watching the Gusty Grand Show. I'm just kidding. Bye-bye.